On today's episode of the Roadhouse podcast, Winnie D's and Roadhouse talk. 15-year-olds winning $3 million at the esports Fortnite championship.
Forever 21 customer, plus size lady, gets diet bars as a included extra.
The Mule Report was a big shit show.
We talk Tempe police and their deal with Circle K. The police giving people coupons for a big gulp, but also an excuse to pull them over.
And we get into the intricate details of squatching, not being able to fuck chicks because you're too busy searching for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And we decide if he's real or not.
Stay tuned.
When I'm with you, I feel alive, I just let go. When I'm with you, I feel alive, my walls explode into solid gold.
What's up, fuckers? Welcome to another edition of the Roadhouse podcast. Today, Roadhouse and Winnie D's are squatching for answers. Bigfoot answers, that is. Is he real? Is he not? I don't know. You
Figment
tell
of
us.
our imagination. Yeah.
Hey, I've heard that one. People say that time is just a figment of our imagination since we made it up. If you think about it, how has time started? Time was just started by staring at the sun, the stars, and then people just allocated numbers to.
Or for the true detective fans out there who know Rust and Cole, time is just a flat circle.
Wait, how many?
Which I'm
I'm like 2 episodes deep into the newest true crime. Or
True Detective.
You know what?
You're lucky. I don't have HBO.
I've only seen a couple episodes of all of them.
I'm going to have to go to your house to watch season 3.
Yeah. Hell
which
yeah.
is nobody I live with right now has HBO. So hope you want to donate like 8 hours of your life. Or yeah, I guess we could because you're going to be on the couch maybe next weekend due to your injury.
Dude. I'm having a chill weekend. My sister-in-laws are asking if they could come stay again. And I'm like, dude, like, I don't care because they're my sister-in-laws, their family, but I've literally had people staying at my house like 3 out of the last 4 weekends.
Wow, it's
Well, I mean, we were gone this last weekend, but the last ones that we were home. So it was like, don't y'all girls got some friends? that you could
some other friends, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm sure they're going to end up staying, so whatever. We're going to go out like wine tasting on Saturday.
Well, that's fun at least.
This last weekend, we were camping, busted my freaking head open, and it's so frustrating because when I was younger, I was really reckless. Ran around with some reckless abandonment, always doing crazy shit, like going fast, getting puss.
Eating ass
Eating season. But it's like just doing crazy shit, like extreme sports, all of them, like, and just being crazy. You know, really, like, felt like I was invincible. But now as I get older and I have more responsibility, I'm so scared to do all that crazy shit.
Yeah.
But when we were camping, there's this bridge. It's called Hills Creek. There's this bridge that we always jump off, and sometimes we can't jump off it because the water dam or the dam, they'll let out all the water, so you can't. It's too high.
It's too high. Okay.
Yeah, this time or too low.
Too
That's
low.
them releasing the water, so you can't really jump off the bridge because the water's
Just
too
like
shallow.
a little riverbed.
It was the water was high, good enough to jump off, but it was a high jump, like jumping off the bridge. And I just got up, haven't done a gainer. For all you guys who don't know what a gainer is, where
all those fellow extreme sports.
you jump forward, but you're doing a backflip.
Yeah.
So I did that off this bridge, and the bridge is about 30, 35 feet.
Wow.
It's pretty high.
That's impressive.
So I did that first try. I got out, didn't jump off the bridge again. I was like, okay, scratch that off the list. I've done it enough times. I'm never going to do a gainer ever again. We get back to the campsite 20, 30 minutes after I jumped off this bridge doing a way cooler trick. We parked our truck down on the beach. We had a big old beachside camp spot.
Okay.
And we were jumping off like the tailgate into the water. And the water was like, there's a huge drop off right by the shore. So you'd walk out maybe like 3-4 feet, and there was a drop off.
Oof.
And I just jumped in like off the truck into the water, swam around, jumped in sideways, and then just swam down. And the one big old rock just swam right into it and like tweaked my neck pretty good because I swam into it pretty hard and started bleeding out of my head. I got out of the water, and I've cracked my head open in 5th grade, so I knew I had a feeling because it was all hot. And then I'm all wet. I get out of the water and just blood's pouring down my face. Baby squirrel was like, oh my God, started screaming. And it was like, she's like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm like, I need you to calm the fuck down. I know I'm bleeding out of my head right now, but I need everybody to relax. Don't worry. I'm a student nurse. Don't worry. She was like running. I was like, I need a towel. I need to stop this bleeding. So she was like running around, towel. I was like, hey, calm down. Luckily, I had gotten super glue for someone who had cut their foot, or people were cutting shit left and right. There's some sharp ass rocks over there.
Wild weekend.
So I had the super glue. Luckily, it was too late to go to like the emergency room or anything of that sort. We just parted my hair, found the cut, sealed it, super glued it, waited for it to dry. It kind of opened up a little bit, so I was like bleeding a little more. Closed it up again, sealed it, just unloaded that bottle of super glue. It was good. Went to the doctor on Monday. The doctor was like, because you can't get stitches 24 hours. You got to get them within 24 hours of the cut.
Okay.
And
what's the reason for that?
Because I think your skin heals really quick.
Yeah.
So it'll already start taking up form, and then it's like infection issues.
Oh.
Which
is probably the worst thing.
Not a doctor.
Yeah. Just a trained nurse.
Just a student nurse.
Student nurse, my bad.
And so the doctor was like, well, we'll get you back in here next week. We'll shave that and get it going. But he was like, super glue actually did it and it might heal better.
Wow. Yeah. I was wondering what
they just started using like super glue in the medical field.
Yeah. And you would know.
Those are my options, man.
Nurse,
I had no other options other than that. That was my camping trip. It was all good.
Yeah.
Like, it ended up being fine. I mean, I'm here.
You're here. You still remember math.
But I just also know that I'm just not jumping off. I'm not putting myself in those situations anymore.
Did you concuss yourself or was
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws, baby.
Why?
Did I concuss myself? No, I don't think I was concussed. I was like a little bit dizzy once I saw the blood, but we were running around. I knew what day it was. I knew what my name was.
That's always good.
Didn't know who Baby Squirrel was. I'm kidding.
That reminds me of actually an injury that I had when I was like 5. I was at my aunt and uncle's wedding, and there was croquet set up. And, think of like a nice open wedding. There's an event, people are dancing, getting drinks, talking to each other. And then, the kids are just playing by themselves or whatever. And my distant cousin, who I don't think I've met him since.
Kissing cousin?
No, this is a dude, but hey, who knows? What ended up happening was we were playing croquet, and croquet is a lovely sport. But
is croquet and cricket are different?
Yes, very different.
All right,
yeah.
Onward.
Croquet is closer to golf, where you basically just have to.
These are the parabola-shaped rings.
Ooh, nice word usage.
Ooh,
yes.
Bang. No concussions here. CTE. Still cooking.
Yeah, there you go. And so we were just playing croquet, and what ended up happening was my cousin hit his shot or whatever, and then I was standing over the ball, kind of hamming it up, pretending like I was like an old sirely Englishman, being like, "Oh, look at this!"
Yeah, Winfield.
Yeah,
Winfield the third.
Winfield the third. Yep. And he thought it was golf, so he just took the mallet, and as I was inspecting the ball, he went and smashed the ball, and the croquet mallet came right up and hit me.
Like the mallet flew off the shaft?
It's something close to that, but I still have the scar. It's my Harry Potter scar.
You got hit in the face.
Yeah, so right on the dome, right on the upper forehead, upper left, if you want to be specific. But imagine me like being 5.
Those balls are pretty hard too.
Well, I didn't get hit by the ball. I got hit by the mallet.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I got malleted. And I remember getting up and then walking to my parents. There was a flow of blood. It basically looked like I came, like, the girl from The Ring.
Yeah.
Like I walked up to my mom like that.
I've heard of that movie. It's so long.
And she just like lets out a scream because like there's her baby. Just covered in blood.
You're the Ring's baby.
And this kid, my cousin, who I still haven't spoke to since,
Salty.
Just
Holding
ran into
grudges
the
or what?
woods. Just ran into the woods. And I'm not sure if they ever found him, but I was taken to the hospital. I got like 5 stitches. But that was my head injury story.
I haven't told my mom about this.
Oof.
She's going to find out, so I'm just waiting for her to hit me up.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to freak her out, you know?
Yeah, totally. I think that's a huge part of it.
I had a similar. I cracked my head open in the 5th grade. I was trying to show off to a girl, and we were in gym class.
Yeah.
Walking across the balance beam.
Okay.
I did a backflip off the balance beam.
That's impressive.
I hit my head on the edge of the balance beam. I cracked my head open.
Oh,
got
geez.
rushed to the hospital. Got staples in my head.
It wasn't football. It
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
anything like
no,
that.
no.
It was
It's
just...
I had my neck is also really sore. I had a neck injury in 8th grade football. Like I just had a helmet to helmet
crunch,
and I dropped. I couldn't feel my body though for a
Jeez.
couple of minutes. So I was sitting there. I was like, oh, I can't feel my legs. It's so scary. No joke. And I think about it now, and it's so crazy because I was like, oh man, I got to be out for 3 weeks. Like I wanted to play like the next week, just ready to go in 8th grade. But that was just
you got to do.
You would just not think about. You hated missing games because you.
Yeah,
people
someone
would.
else is starting in your
exactly.
position, and
Let's try one of these crickets, dude.
yeah, that's right. So for those of you who can't see, these are croquettes. So they are flavored crickets. Calories about 4.3 per serving, which is serving size is only 1.
Is there any
Surprisingly,
CBD in these?
I wish that'd be interesting. I'm sure you could find some, but
This is fucking gross, dude.
it's good. It's good source of protein. Really good source of protein and 4.3 calories.
All right, guys. This is my first crickerette. It's a sour cream and onion flavor.
That's right. Well, we didn't dink it and sink it. Okay, we'll just sink it. It's not.
Honestly, it just
Doesn't even
tastes like
taste
a
yeah.
pumpkin seed. We got a chip, bro. Give me another one.
Yeah.
Let me see another one of
We
these.
got another one.
Yeah, guys, crickerettes. Pussy shit.
Doesn't even taste like sour cream and onion.
We get any more? This is delicious, dude. Get this video. Crickerettes, baby. 5 crickets, sour cream and onion.
Here, let me hold one out.
Hey,
Let's
hook
do
daddy
it.
up with one more.
Yeah, those aren't that bad.
I had little munchies on the way here.
This is the future, right here.
This is the future, baby.
Sustainable protein.
Oh, I think that last one was laced with dog shit.
you got a bad one?
I think I got a bad one. That one wasn't good.
Just like blackberries. You ever have blackberries and like they all are great, and then you have one that just kind of ruins everything?
Oh, dude, I grew up on, my grandparents had a Marionberry farm. Growing up on that thing, I hated Marionberries growing up, but now I love Marionberry.
Are they a little bit more
things.
sour than?
Yeah, dude. Marionberries are a little bit more sour. I love Marionberry jam, Marionberry flavored stuff, but boysenberry is a lot more sweeter. I'm more, when I eat fruit, I like them more on like the little tartar side, more on the green side rather than rape.
The rhubarb.
Hey, Alicia.
I think I might have to take this quickly.
All right.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. Hey, Mom, what's up? Hey. We're recording right now. Podcast. Yeah. Yeah, we just decided to do it early.
He's forgetting to tell her he's at his boyfriend's house.
No worries. I completely understand why you were calling. I wasn't home, and yeah, I'm in Canby, Aurora area right now. So Canby. Okay. Yeah, somewhat good. Can I call you back? Okay. Do you want to give a quick shout out to the show?
I love you.
Just 3, 2, 1, and just go ahead, shout it out.
Hey, top performers, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't hear the response, but yeah, everyone's giddy.
The audience is pimping.
Thanks for being a surprise guest. Yeah. Okay. I'll call you back, or I'll text you soon. All right. Love you. Bye.
Girlfriend, is that what you're going to see?
Basically my girlfriend right now, yeah.
All right, let's get into some trending topics right now. A 15-year-old wins the Fortnite championship.
What?
EA Esports, the EA or the
Esports.
ESPN tournament.
ESPN's doing esports
Yeah,
now.
they're balls deep in esports.
That's a smart move.
I mean, there's a bunch of fucking nerds out there. Guys, I play some fucking games too. Don't worry, relax. We're all fucking nerds.
But do you play Fortnite?
No, fuck no, I don't play Fortnite.
What battle royale game do you play?
It's Black Ops 4.
Oh.
And you guys can catch me on Twitch. I'll get on. Shoot us a follow. Subscribe to the Roadhouse Pod on Twitch. And there will be some videos on the YouTube of some gameplay with a soundtrack of our ultra producer XO's singles. So make sure you guys
Who does amazing work, by the way.
subscribe to the Twitch. But this kid, they were interviewing him, wins $3 million in the solo. They had like a duo, solo, teams, all that. But for the solo, 16, he wasn't 15, 16-year-old, they were interviewing him and his parents, and they're like, they treat it like a job, 10 hours a day.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. Just wouldn't that ruin? It's kind of
You're
like,
not growing up, dude. That's
Yeah.
stunning your growth. Not just your physical growth, because all these are like small dudes, like frail. Like, hey man, get outside, do a push-up, sit up city sisters.
I can't imagine how strong their forearms are.
Arthritis in their fingers already.
Yeah, they got carpal tunnel at
Bro,
16.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's like 10 hours a day. You're not living a life. Like, you're not getting life's experiences. You're not getting no pussy. You're not getting no pussy, dog. 16 years old. The only reason why you're going to be getting it now is after taxes, you probably got like 1.3 out of that.
Oof.
Something like that. You didn't get the 3 mil.
Yeah. You probably couldn't, but probably like 2.2 or something like
You
that,
think?
I'd imagine.
I think they took over $1 mil. They probably took a little bit over half, or at least half.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, it depends. I know, like, with
That Jeopardy guy, he got, how much did he win? Did you hear about the Jeopardy guy who was on like 22
did he end
consecutive
up
wins?
beating Ken Jennings for the total, like the aggregate of his winnings? I think he was close.
I think after
He did.
he was over $1 mil, but after taxes and everything, he got like shy of $1 million.
Oh yeah, well that happens a lot of times. People like, especially
He
with
taxed the fuck out of you on those game shows and
when
whatnot.
you win something that's not cash, they'll tax that as well. So if you win a car on, like, let's say The Price is Right, you gotta ante up money to basically pay the taxes on the car.
Yeah.
Which would be like $8,000. So you got to pay $8,000 for maybe
for
like
the
a
most part, if it's some
$22,000
shit car.
car.
You're selling that thing right
Yeah, it's
away.
like a Dodge Charger.
Yeah, 100%.
Some Kia.
Usually
Fuck
a Kia.
Kias,
Fuck
yeah.
Kias. Sorrentos.
Sorrentos.
I hate Kia.
Yeah.
No,
A
but
Forte.
like, esports is blowing up. Fortnite is blowing up. All these games. But it's
been blown.
it's the same thing as you want to be a pro gamer. It's the same. It's the 1% of all these people that play games. You know how good you have to be. And if you're not good, like the streamers, the Twitch guys, you have to be entertaining. So even if you're not good, as long as you're entertaining, you'll get subscribers. But how many kids do you think that, oh, I'm going to go pro, mom, I'm really good, that lie to their parents, but they're just trash and they just don't want to do anything but play Fortnite?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the most famous guy, Ninja, right?
Baller.
Have you ever?
It's like $285K a month.
That's it? I thought there'd be more.
I'm sure by now, this was months ago when I saw that number.
Because endorsements and all that. But have you ever heard that guy speak or talk? He just is like a word generator on fast forward. It's insane. He's like,
Stephen Hawking's on
well, I wouldn't say Stephen
advanced
Hawking, but
mode.
he just oh god, the kid is like the epitome of ADHD. Is
His
what it seems
girlfriend
like.
is like his manager.
Really?
Dude,
Yeah.
Imagine his girlfriend. She's just like, one day, she's like, get the fuck off the Xbox or the PC, whatever he's playing. And then now he's like, hey girl, what'd you want from the store? I can literally buy you
This is kind of our
anything."
livelihood.
So,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, it's kind of crazy just how e-gaming and esports have come up in the world. Like if you had said to somebody like 10 years ago that like esports was going to be a huge thing, would you have believed them? Like I still
I've
still
known
don't
that there's
get
been
it.
like pro sports for leagues, gaming and shit. I've known about that for a while.
Yeah.
Did it get here? I can't say I'm surprised. You see all these big brands, ESPN, like piggybacking off it. Like we gotta get some funds into this. So it's not surprising.
Get a
But
foot,
it's just
yeah.
like all these guys. Like that kid who won it when they were interviewing him, like,
scrawny-ass
oh
kids.
yeah, it's a real grind. Oh, is it though?
I think it is.
Grind? It's a grind having to stare at a TV screen. Like that's probably the most exhausting part for 8 to 10 hours a day, just playing fucking Fortnite.
That sounds so boring.
Pass.
Yes. Pass for me.
But I do like some Black Ops 4. Me being on Alcatraz, bitches. So take
Yeah,
it.
how do you like the Black Ops 4 Battle Royale mode? Is that pretty good?
I like it. It's the only thing. I'll play that, and then I'll go from that to like FIFA and sometimes NBA.
Maybe some chess, 3D chess.
3D chess. I'm not good at chess. Never really
I could
played chess
imagine.
growing up.
Maybe checkers is
Checkers.
up your alley.
No, I got kicked out of too many checker tournaments for throwing the board. So
Yeeting the
checkers,
board.
not my forte either. I do like chess. That's fun.
Chess is fun.
All right, I got next topic. So Forever 21, are you familiar with that store? I know you told me that you bought a skirt from there one time. I couldn't remember if it was
I couldn't argue with the price.
So they do promotional when you order at their online store. Whatever clothing you get, they work out deals with some of their sponsors or whoever they have, Forever 21, whoever, company partners, whatever. So you make an order online, they have some kind of promotional product that they'll send with your item as like an addition.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So some months it's lotion. How I know this? Read about it. I don't shop at Forever 21. But if I did, whatever, bro. It's fine.
They do have a men's section.
They do have a men's section.
Yeah.
I only get tight leather jackets. Whatever. Fuck with me.
And it's
Freddie
cheap,
Mercury.
too.
Cheap,
It's
dude.
cheap,
21
cheap
bucks.
leather.
This chick, bigger girl, might I add, not as big as 600-pound life, but she ordered some plus size clothing from forever21.com, and it just so happened to be that the promotion that they had going on was these diet bars, supplement bars, and they sent some of those bars with her package. And the girl thought that Forever 21, yeah, because you're so special, girl, that they're making fun of you and trying to get you to lose weight. So Forever 21 had to publicly apologize to this girl. And I'm like, for what? You know that she just smashed that diet bar immediately after she typed out that she was offended. And then she smashed, nom, nom. Oh, women love women bars, dude. She just smashed it. I thought that was pretty absurd.
That reminds me of a story about Target. Target had a ad campaign. Their marketing department, would send out emails based on stuff that you bought at Target, and then basically they try to get you back in to buy something relevant. So what the marketing algorithm or whatever they figured out about this one underage girl was targeting her for pregnancy items because they saw her purchases and all that.
A lot of Plan B.
Maybe I forget exactly what the items were, but their marketing department or whatever figured out that she was pregnant based on her buying activity, and her parents found out
because her parents getting all that traffic too. Do you think it's weird?
Well, she was underage, so I think what happened is they saw like an email. It's like, why are you like targeting our daughter for this pregnancy stuff? She's not pregnant, and then it turns out that she actually was pregnant.
Ooh, that's a hell of a gender reveal party right there. That is
pretty crazy. That Target was able to figure out that this girl was pregnant and basically probably ruin her life. But
it's because our phones listen to us. Did I talk to you about this? Where you're talking about stuff and then all of a sudden you start getting ads for it, like on your Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's scary. But would you ever take it to the extreme where you'll like cover everything, like every camera?
I do.
With stickers.
No, I'm not like that, but I do have like for Twitch the webcam. Like if I'm not recording, I unplug the camera.
You are a little.
I don't.
Yeah, okay.
I have a Fire Cube, the Alexa, the Amazon.
The Fire Cube.
There's Alexa on it, but it's not just Alexa. It's the Fire Cube. It's like TV, but it's a built-in Alexa.
Gotcha.
I unplug that thing when I'm using it. I don't know.
You are a little superstitious about that.
I don't want the government knowing about all the crimes going on in my house.
Could you imagine though? Like, so they're collecting all this data and stuff, right? The question is like, how do they leverage that data to actually influence you to maybe buy another thing? Have you ever been on Amazon and just been like, no, I don't want to, like, whenever they suggest stuff, it's like, hey, you bought like a couch 3 months ago. How about you buy another couch? Like the suggestions are
Or they'll put like living room, other stuff that goes into like your living room that would go with the couches.
I think their marketing model or whatever, like whatever algorithm they're using is pretty archaic, at least on the website. But what if they are gathering stuff, they haven't really used it.
I think they 100%
forward facing, like towards us to influence like what we buy. Maybe it's sold to ad, it's like AdSense or whatever to influence maybe purchases. But all I'm saying is when you're on Amazon, that shit that they like say like, oh, you bought this for, try this. That shit sucks. You guys, Amazon needs to pick up their game, man. But they have all this info now.
That's going into school for data analysis. You'll have a job for a long time until they won't need you.
Yeah.
A lot of those data analysis companies. I remember talking about like, I need to quit chewing. And I started getting all these ads for like these grinds, coffee pouches and stuff.
Interesting.
I was like,
yeah.
What is this? What's happening over here? They know, man. They hear.
They do. The question is,
the thing.
So
and we know it. So don't act like we don't know it. We know it.
So would you prefer more targeted ads versus being broadcast a general ad? Like the whole point of the data collection in this sense is that they want to show you more targeted ads that groove more with you
instead
and
of
get
having
you to buy.
They're preloaded.
Yeah.
Say if you watch somebody has that, this is this movie coming out. They have that specific ad, but instead of always showing that one, they just listening and picking up off keywords and using this.
Maybe this guy likes documentaries. Maybe this guy likes anime.
Nah, fam. Let's stick with the broadcasting, man.
Yeah.
Reading my mind. So? It kind of fucks you up, dude. It's kind of trippy. You really think about it.
All right. I prefer personalized ads, but at the same time, you're sacrificing your privacy.
Yeah, I think
you're gonna see ads.
I just think that people know like our privacy.
Yeah,
man. Your phone has your location, Snapchat. This is where find out where your friends are, dude. For the most part, my location's always off, but it doesn't matter. That's how they honey dick you. Just location's off.
Sacramento turtleneck.
Yeah, exactly. Sacramento turtlenecking your ass. But it's like, because have you ever lost your phone and your location's off, but Find My iPhone can still find your phone?
No, I didn't know that.
Well, there you have it.
Case closed.
Case closed. There was this. So, you like Tupac?
I never met him.
Never met him. I haven't met him either. I like Tupac. I like his music.
Thought he was on like an island in
Barbados.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Jerry Foxhoven. He's the director of Iowa's Human Services. He got fired. Hey, and you can pull this guy up. This guy's white as fuck. White and like 70 years old, 65 years old. He got fired and all like his work emails, a chain in the office, all the emails that go around.
Yeah.
He always posted like a picture of Tupac or like Tupac lyrics from one of his songs. And I guess people got offended because they thought that he was being racist. So he got fired from his job.
What?
Jerry, I still fuck with you, bro. Tupac, all eyes on me, baby. That's so funny. I just thought that was absurd. Like this guy's like,
yeah,
man, you don't like changes? Well, I bet Jerry's playing changes right now, and all eyes on me because all eyes are on you, big boy.
That is a damn shame. I'd like to see the context of those emails. If it was just like completely out of touch white man just trying to infuse some street
I wonder what
I
wonder it didn't show what any of the lyrics were, but Tupac has some vulgar ass bars. So don't get it wrong. I'm not trying to be a little bitch over here. Tupac's got some banging music with some of his lyrics. I could see why he got fired, but I couldn't find anywhere that had any like pictures of what his emails actually said. Have you been to Tempe, Arizona?
No.
So the cops out there, because Arizona State, you know how it's all full of sleuths and fuckboys. Tempe's actually really nice. Been there one time, but the cops are always on some drug sting, Molly sting, because everyone is fucked up over there. All the ASU kids. They don't know what's going on. They Circle K and the Tempe Police Department made a deal to where the cops were handing out like big gulp cups. Mind you, these are like 79-cent big gulp cups. They were handing them out for showing safe driving or just being a good citizen. So they're handing out like big gulp cups, and people are like, man, because people in Tempe freaked out because they're like, you're not going to pull me over because I was driving well just to give me a 79-cent big gulp cup. Because they're just checking because they get to pull you over. Like, hey, you've been driving good.
So they're pulling you over and then they're giving you just a...
Well, they had such an uproar. That's what it was to begin with. There was such an uproar that the Tempe police were like, we're not actually going to be pulling people over to give them cups. If we just see you guys on the street or something, we'll be giving them. Because... they're like, hey, you're driving really good. Here, your seatbelt's on or something.
So it's
Here's
just an excuse to pull people over.
That's what I think. That's what I think. Because when I was in Tempe, they were doing a sting for Molly. So they were like undercover. There was a person next to me that got busted for trying to buy some Molly from some hot-looking cop, too. So it's like,
there's some hot-looking cops.
They're always got some fuckery going on.
That is, God, that's got to be a breach of something. That is insane. Because, yeah. You just like pulling people over just to let them know that they're
here you go.
Driver.
You can go get a Mountain Dew. No, that's fucked up.
That's
really entrapment.
Nice.
That's some bait car shit right there.
We were talking about the bait car.
Last current event that I had, the Mueller report. I don't want to get too much into the Mueller report.
Let's get political.
I just think it's funny. This whole investigation went on. Mueller, 128 times, he was like, I can't answer that question or refer to the report. He was deflecting questions, not answer them 128 times. And it looked like this motherfucker didn't even know what he wrote in his own report. I was like...
How many pages is that? Do you know?
I don't remember how many pages it was. It was pretty thick. But immediately after that, so after they said that Trump could be arrested after he's serving.
Right.
No one ever gets arrested. Like, no one ever gets arrested. People were going to forget about it back then. And it was like,
I don't know.
It just so like, because after Mueller's thing, there was another boat NBC was pushing that was like, there was 450 different interactions with the Russians. So after this whole Mueller report's done, they're still somehow talking about Russians. And I'm like, guys, just everybody go back to work, man. Let's start.
Well, Rody, aren't you a Russian yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like
I don't know.
I'm not with them Russians. Them Russians killed my family, dude.
I know.
We ain't with those
joking.
guys.
Well, to what you said about like them not actually following through, that's possible. But I don't know. This hatred of Trump, people really, really dislike Trump, and it's such a polarizing thing in America right now.
It's crazy. I think because I don't.
Yeah.
Like I've said before, I'm not the Trump fan, but I didn't vote for him by any means. But just that Trump derangement
We're
system.
Both very
that people,
centrist.
Yeah,
we
100%.
We don't have any lean towards one another.
But the Trump derangement system, I'm like syndrome. I'm like, oh, it's real. There's people. It's so crazy. I got a little disheartened because I don't think Elizabeth Warren doesn't stand a chance. But this headline on Twitter was like. Elizabeth Warren says that she has the facts, she has the bills and the plan to beat Trump or cost the Democrats everything. That was the headline. I was like,
it's probably
it
true.
says nothing about like the people. So your whole focus, this whole Twitter headline is focused solely about beating Trump. But fuck the people, fuck us, right?
Yeah.
It always brings me back to, I had a high school teacher who civics was like.
Oh, did I ever tell you my civics story?
But that's the class, right? The government?
Yeah.
Senior year when you're learning about that?
What's really cool, little fact drop real quick, not to take away from your story or what you're talking about. But have you guys ever watched The Simpsons before? You probably have. Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, went to my high school. Lincoln High School. Let's go Cards. And he created The Simpsons, but he modeled Mr. Burns after a civics teacher that he had at Lincoln.
Oh, really?
And guess what? He was still there when we went there. He has since retired, but Mr. Bailey is the walking Mr. Burns.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Is he getting any money out of this?
I don't think so. It just gets he's a devilish little guy. He's like 5'2". Just
He's a real firecracker.
he is a real firecracker.
Hey, you out in the hall. Is he one of the-
During our senior prank,
Hey, you children, come to my class, you fucking asshole, out in the hall.
Yeah. Oh God, that guy. He was quite the character, but he retired recently. But during our senior prank, after our senior prank, he put a reward for us.
A bounty.
The bounty, basically.
If somebody goes out and kicks Winfield Jackson's ass, I'll give you an A for 2
that's a whole
straight
different story.
trimesters.
But if you know basically anybody involved with this senior prank, please come to Mr. Bailey and you will receive $100 for.
So everyone kept walking up to him and asking him.
No, for some reason nobody reported anything and we got away clean. But that's a whole different story about that senior prank. That was a great senior prank, and we can leave it for another time.
Do you imagine how pissed the teacher would be if you just told everyone, like, hey, here's a prank. Everyone, if you're walking by this teacher's classroom or something, go and ask them the specific question that you have, just so he's hearing that all day.
That would be a good little prank, yeah. But not a senior. That's not senior prank level. That's like maybe like just a fun day.
That's some amateur hour.
That's like junior.
That's some bullshit.
Sophomore year Bush League stuff.
Yeah, that's some Thirsty Thursday bullshit right there.
But we had some good senior pranks, but there was a war against senior pranks, and there probably still is in schools. Like that's a tradition, and I think everyone should be entitled to it. But yeah, I feel like
do people still do it?
I imagine, yeah. I hope so.
Do you know anything?
It's an amazing pastime.
Do you know anything about your reunion? We're coming up.
It is. It's close to 10 years now.
I know nothing. I don't think I'm going to go.
If I remember correctly, it's the historian's job. The historian, like whoever was elected for your class as the historian.
We never had a historian, I don't think.
Then I guess you're shit out of luck. I mean, do you really want to I want to reconnect with some of the people, but at the same time, 10 years
whoever
is still,
I'm reconnected with, I never lost connection.
Exactly. For the most part. But hey, at the same time, you might
I just didn't know the details, where it's going to be, open bar.
Open bar is a must.
What's happening? Like, what are we doing?
I agree.
Because I never went to my Gap party. Is it called the Gap party?
What's the Gap party?
Like the senior party after graduation.
Oh, we had senior skip week. It was supposed to be a day, but it turned into a week. It was awesome.
And everyone just knows the seniors are gone?
Seniors are gone, man.
Just how many seniors got pregnant during that time span? Out there, this
is Lincoln, okay? So it's a little bit higher quality.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're talking about people going to Yale and people going to, Harvard, USC.
This is off topic. There's a kid from my class who got a perfect score on the SAT.
That's impressive.
That's very
Blake
impressive.
Emerton, I think, got a perfect score on the ACT, which is like a 36. And that kid's smart and cool and funny. Yeah, I wonder what he's doing these days.
I had a fake ID. My name was Blake. That's what I got. That's what I got for that. Blake Kingman.
Do you remember the address?
I know it was some Washington address. It was a Washington ID, but it was my picture. Like it was legit, like fucking fake as hell, made and everything created. Did
you order it yourself, or did you go into like one of those groups?
Allegedly,
like 12 people.
Allegedly, I knew a person who made them.
This may or may not be true.
And allegedly,
may not have known them.
Might have been a middleman.
Yeah,
allegedly.
Maybe
it was in my dream.
You sound like Mueller.
I don't know. Mueller. You'll have to refer to the report. Oh, back to my high school teacher,
sorry for
Mr.
that.
Bangs. I'm pretty sure I've seen him running for like local office around, but he's 100% hardcore, like maybe hardcore progressive, way, way left. But he's a smart motherfucker. Like I want to kind of just email him and just be like, dude, I don't know if he's gonna be like this dude just wants to hang out. Like I just want to pick his brain. Like sit
I think
down
that's
with
a
him 'cause
great
he's such a
excuse
smart
to,
dude.
Yeah, send him an email or get in contact with him.
that's what I
Take
want
him out
do.
to coffee.
Yeah, he was a cool ass
No strings
coach.
attached.
He actually knew my parents. Went to high school with my parents.
Oh, cool.
I was his TA because I'm
His TA?
my senior year.
Yeah.
'Cause I really like.
That's when TA time starts to pick up.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
start
I'm-
getting those TA.
Yeah, I'm totally freaking forgetting. But my main point, I remember the first day in his civics class, he was like, "What's the point of each of the Democrat and the Republican parties?" Everyone's like trying to guess like fucking smart answers, you know. And he was like, "To beat each other." And so whenever I see stuff like ever since that like stuck with me because you never hear anything about like, oh, we want to do this for fucking Arkansas or like some other bullshit city that's like fucked up. It's like, we need to beat the Republicans on this. Like,
Yeah.
man, it's so crazy how like that report, I just see like the report goes through, there's no Russian collusion, but people like can't get over it. So they just have to keep on creating controversy. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't know why we just constantly need controversy to go on. But that's
Yeah.
all. That's all I want to talk about. That I think that Mueller report was fucking bullshit, dude. Like, and I'm just back to the point. Like, hey, if our president was really colluding with a foreign nation as an agent, we 100% we would have got that motherfucker out. Like, we would not allow a sitting president that is an agent for another nation. Like, I think that our team of spies and stuff would have access to that knowledge.
yeah.
Like, our spy team is probably a lot better than everyone else around the world. Like, I'm just gonna go
Our
ahead
spy
and
team,
say
yeah.
that.
So, well, crazier things have happened, or maybe not. This is sort of the Watergate scandal of our generation. But
Yeah.
Nixon, he was the first president to ever resign his post.
Yeah.
So,
And never got arrested. Nixon
No,
did
yeah.
some illegal ass shit.
and that's a whole different topic we could probably talk about for a long ass time.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this whole there's still details coming out, so it's interesting. At the same time, it's crazy. At the same time, it's sad because it sounds like a lot of the stuff actually holds water, whether or not it's actually true. But there's a lot of interesting little details sparsed in there that shouldn't even be there in the first place.
Yeah.
All this collusion stuff. So
We could get in on it, but also
I gotta read up.
Mueller's
I gotta
done.
read the report.
I don't give a fuck anymore about it. But I
You gotta get the
just,
spark notes of
No.
the Mueller report.
it was pretty ridiculous. So
Politics. That was Roadhouse politics.
Roadhouse politics. Dude, I gotta touch on it, but it's fucking funny.
Hey, it's what's happening today, and
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just gotta touch on that.
part of our
I'm
society.
not gonna dive deep. I'm not gonna. Alex Jones, the liberals are freaking out.
Russians are turning our society gay. Everyone, put on your tinfoil hats.
Tinfoil hats, baby. All right,
Ooh,
so let's do this. Hey, Bigfoot,
Oof. Speaking of tinfoil hats,
squatching for answers.
Squatching.
Speaking of tinfoil hats, when Winnie D's and Roadhouse both have our foil hats on, we're ready to dig deep.
Conspiracy Corner.
911, what are you reporting?
We got someone or something crawling around out here.
Did you see what it was? Was it a person or an animal or?
I can't tell. All I know is that my central light came on and I just happened to glimpse and see this thing running across the yard. A good-sized man or something. Looks like a man. I don't know what it was. Just that it ran across the yard.
Okay. You've had problems in the neighborhood before?
Yeah, my dog was killed here just recently. I don't know what it was. Whatever it is, it's running. I couldn't catch it if I was going to chase it. But whatever it was standing up. I'm out here looking through the window now and I don't see anything. I don't want to go outside. Jesus Christ, you better...
Sir?
Theo!
Hello?
Get somebody out here.
What's going on now, sir?
That son of a bitch is about 6'9", I don't know.
Do you see him now, sir?
Yes, I'm looking right at him.
Uh-oh. Okay, hang on.
He's right...
Is he in your yard, sir?
Yeah, God, he's big.
Okay, what's he doing in your yard?
He's looking at me.
Oh, and the guy is on foot.
I don't know what... It's a big... real big person. That's all I can say.
Okay, but it is a person.
Yeah, I'd say it was a person, somebody really big.
Big and black, baby. That's the way to go.
Is he a black male or a white male? Did you actually see whether, or was he just wearing black?
He's all black and he's big. He is big.
He is Shaquille O'Neal. That's what it is. That would be scary shit, man.
That is what I remember listening to that for the first time, and I could sort of visualize what he was looking like at, and I got like, goosebumps, or for the Germans, because they say goose pimples.
Goose pimples. I don't like how he didn't clarify like how far it was away from him.
Well, it was in his yard, so imagine just like cleaning the dishes, looking up at the window and seeing this.
Do we know where he was located? Some places have 10-foot bears, man. It could have just been a bear on its hind legs.
Yeah, it could. But could you? I mean, what really resonated with me in this video was, or that recording, was his fear. Like, it was very palpable, the fear that he had, and it wasn't like forced. It wasn't like scripted. It was like as if something just like sprung out of the darkness, and you could hear him. He's like, "Whoa, what the fuck is that?" So I like that clip because it doesn't seem fake. It seems very genuine. What he saw, we don't really know because it's all audio. And the way he's describing it, he's trying to stray away.
This is the dude right here?
No, that's Les Stroud. So that's Survivor Man right there. But it was very convincing to me because it doesn't sound like he has an agenda or wants to push anything. It's just a 911 call where he has no idea what's going on, and the event unfolds for us, the listener, right before us. And I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Well, I think Dale here is full of shit.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. The distress in his voice and his tone of voice.
Yeah, you can tell.
Did sound very genuine, actually.
Genuine.
For the most part, though, I think it could have been a bear because you'd be just as scared if you saw a big ass bear walk around its hind legs, just moseying through your backyard.
Yeah.
Bigfoot. I'm not saying it's not Bigfoot. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Well, he did say it was 6'9". And
6'9". That's about a bear length. I don't know where he's from though. We haven't found out where this phone call took place.
We can look into that.
There's some big ass bears.
Oh yeah, especially there are bears that do walk on their hind legs. There's definitely footage of that. But he repeatedly brought to
and maybe it was Shaq. Like, to be honest, it could have been Shaq.
Yeah.
And
have you seen that video of Shaq at the music festival? He's like in the front. It's like this dubstep festival, and he's just like in the front, just banging his head.
Bro, Sizzy.
Yeah.
I would love to go watch DJ Diesel. That's what he goes by.
DJ Diesel?
DJ
really?
Diesel.
Yeah, that guy's great. Anyway, back to Bigfoot. He repeatedly refers to this animal as a person. He thinks it is a person at first, and he shies away from calling it anything other than that, right? Like you could see it's like, oh well, I don't know what it is, but it's a person.
Wait, what if his backyard was Skid Row?
It's probably not, but jeez.
Gotta keep your options open.
I don't know about that one.
I put a hamper in this Bigfoot convo real quick.
Yeah, but who knows? I like that one just because of the authenticity of it, and I think it's a great clip of someone genuinely reacting to something that's happening in front of them in real time. Not like something that can be doctored up or something that could be, someone like, oh, look, it's a Bigfoot, like on video.
He was trying so hard not to say black guy. He
totally was. And then at the last minute, they got him. They talked him into it, but yeah, you're right.
Oh, and was that dispatch a caller receiver a racist?
Yeah.
You just bait him. Race baiting is a race baiting racist.
Okay, and what color is this man? Yeah,
not only was it a race baiter, it was a gender baiter as well. Yeah. Now, what color was this man? I never said man, or he said he, or dude. You guys can listen to it. The operator. And with this, after this video being concluded, and with this. 7 facts about Bigfoot that you may or may not have known. Fact number 1, according to the internet, there are 12 different kinds of Bigfoot just in the United States alone.
Really?
That doesn't include like the Yeti, the abominable snowman. Those are like in the Himalayas, but we don't like those. We only like American Bigfoot.
I actually know a little bit about this topic. There are a couple of different varieties.
What's the scariest one? The 8-foot tall midnight howler.
Whistler. Does it say that?
The 8-foot tall midnight whistler is the scariest one.
Just based on names.
The first ones are more man-like
than ape-like?
Yeah.
Okay.
But just hairy, grassy types, whatever fucking grassy means what they added to it.
So I know somewhat about the American varieties, but...
Dang, these cores are going down real good, man.
There's one in Australia called the Yowie.
Yahweh?
The Yahweh.
The God? The Bigfoot God? Yahweh!
There's Yowie, and then in Vietnam, there were reports during the Vietnam War.
Dang, yo.
Close.
Oh.
I actually don't know the name of that one, but there's been a lot of reports from soldiers. I think they call them rock apes, who experienced sightings while they're in Vietnam, and these guys are deep in the jungle, special forces, whatever.
Jason Bourne, bro.
You're chasing terrorists and commies.
The Viet Cong.
Yeah, the Viet Cong.
What was Charlie? That's what they're called in Vietnam.
That's right.
Ooh, the draft, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. That is a whole crazy thing. But and then also up in Eastern Asia. Like Tibet and the Yeti.
That's the Himalayas over there.
All that. So there's a lot of interesting stories, and I've kind of been doing some research because I knew that we were going to touch on this. But I used to do this like all the time for research papers. When they said like you could choose any topic to research, I always did Bigfoot, and I only had to write one essay. And I just reused it for like 5 years of college. It was awesome.
I did that. I had like 5 people use my essay before. So not in high school. In high school, somehow they catch that shit. This was in college.
Really? What the fuck? That's crazy. They used to have us upload our documents to the server, and then what that did was basically cross-match your submission to every other submission ever on that platform.
They got smart.
Yeah, they got real smart. Fuckers.
I think the bad guys were always a step ahead.
The bad guys
because good guys find a way to catch you, and then you just, do a little work, do a little research, find a new way to not get caught, and they catch that way. It's always cat and mouse game, Tom and Jerry.
You could also just pay somebody in India to write your paper for you.
Yeah, I know.
I wish that was more of a bigger thing.
We'll be a middleman. You guys, anybody in India that want to write some papers, hit us up. We'll mark it for you, and we'll get you some papers to write. Fact number 2, the Bigfoot legend goes back 3,000 years. It goes back to Native American times. There's a story of this one tribe. The name of the tribe escapes my mental, but they say that one of the women in their village went and did the dirty, just some Sacramento turtlenecks, some tombstone pile drivers, some blue magoos with the Bigfoot.
Interesting.
And they say it was a very hairy man, so I wonder if he was on the lower spectrum Bigfoot, like a 2 as compared to a 10. 10 foot being the 8-foot midnight whistler, and 1 being
that's a great
Andre
name.
the Giant.
The Midnight Whistler.
Dude,
you got to earn that.
That's a porn star name.
That is pretty good.
Midnight Whistler digs deep POV. And they say that when this native chick married the Bigfoot man, it brought bad luck to their tribe. By bad luck, it was probably like syphilis or something, some kind of disease. Fact number 3, they say the nocturnal 400-pound beast sounds like a steam engine, has jet black fur and glowing, piercing green eyes. So green, they drop your panties right to the floor.
Yeah. Whoever wrote that last fact, it was very, very, it's very sexualized.
When I was reading the Wikipedia page, I thought it was lacking flavor and
spontaneity.
So I spiced it up a little bit.
I like it.
I also put a huge dick as the picture of Bigfoot. But that's neither here nor there.
Well,
400 pounds. You're not fucking up a Bigfoot.
I think that's probably on the lower end of it because 400 pounds is what? That's like two Newfoundland dogs.
But who knows? Like, who came up with these numbers?
That's a great question too.
Like 8 foot? You're not 400 pounds at 8 foot. You're way more.
Yeah, it's not like they walked out
It's a
of
baby
a
Bigfoot.
7-Eleven. You know how they have that thing on the side of the door? So if somebody walks out and they rob the store, you can tell their height. You have a general idea.
Yeah.
But you look at it. Like, it's not like that. Like, he walked into a convenience store and somebody walked and he walked back out and someone's like, oh, that motherfucker was 8
Dude,
8
kilometers. Dude, they're fucked up when they're telling the story too.
Yeah.
If you were going squatching and you could get 3 celebrities to go with you, who would you take and why?
I would take Neil deGrasse Tyson right out the gate just because
He's big and he's bait.
I think we could just have fun either way. If we found anything, if we saw anything, he would be the sort of just be like the cheerleader because I think he'd be really interested in it too. And then I also take Joe Rogan just because I know that Joe Rogan already has a fascination with Bigfoot. And then I take Les Stroud.
All right, Survivor Man.
Survivor Man, yeah.
I know Survivor Man.
He also has a fascination with Bigfoot. And he's claimed to have had experiences when he's out there. If you think about that, like that guy is just out there, like in the middle of nowhere. And he's had some experiences. So that's really interesting to me is that someone who goes out there as much has some experiences, but you can't really put a finger on it. Like there's no, I saw Bigfoot. He
So
sees
who's your
some
strong
kooky
man?
stuff.
Lee Stroud?
What's that?
Who's your strong man?
Yeah,
Lee
dude,
Stroud?
just use a knife and make like a booby trap or something like that. I don't know.
All right, a little sand pit.
So yeah, Joe Rogan, Neil deGrasse, and Les Stroud.
All right. I got Terry Crews.
Good call.
I need someone to handle this fucking beast. So me and Terry could tag team him.
Yeah.
Want Tyrion from Game of Thrones
Okay.
because he's smart. I need a mastermind. And go Margot Robbie because you know what is always missing from Bigfoot squatching expeditions?
Boobies.
Hot girls.
Okay.
You notice there's never hot girls in Bigfoot searching parties? And why is these Bigfoot searching parties is all full of unfuckable dudes? All bunch of dudes that have never seen a vagina or titties before.
Yeah.
They're all hoping. These are the same guys that are looking up Bigfoot erotica on Pornhub, UJizz, Xvideos, RedTube,
that's a great question.
Brazzers.
Is there
Bigfoot erotica? Are you joking me? Why are girls always obsessed with banging beasts? Team Jacob, werewolf. All the bitches wanted to fuck Team Jacob. Way better than a vampire.
Are you sure it wasn't just because he was just
They didn't like
amazingly
vampire?
attractive?
I know. It's because he's got that fucking beast, dude. Fuck me like an animal.
Okay.
It's aggressive.
All right.
Sleeping Beauty.
That's right. The beast.
When did a princess just falls in love with this fucking werewolf motherfucker?
Very
This
true.
big old that's Bigfoot, Beauty and the Beast.
Like what kind of monster was the beast? Was he like some bear?
He's like, I don't know. He had horns. The devil.
Yeah, what the hell?
Lucifer.
Anyway, number 3.
So Jacob, Beauty and the Beast, and Christian Grey. He's a fucking beast too.
Is that from
50 Shades of Bigfoot.
Yeah. Interesting.
Fact number 4. Bigfoot has psychic powers. He is known to read
This is a
minds.
fact.
This is a fact.
This is a fact, by the way. Okay.
Stone cold fact. What? People say the reason why, along with alien abductions, that when they are being abducted, the sight of Bigfoot jumbles up their recollection of time, and they say that they lost time at the sight of a Bigfoot. The blink of an eye processes hours of time that they have no recollection of.
I think that's so. There's a faction of Bigfoot supporters and believers that believe that Bigfoot is an interdimensional being, and he can, warp time and create portals, and like that's where I sort of step off the train, and I'm like, all right, guys, this is a little too much. Like I can believe a cool ass homie, your little hairy homie in the forest. And I like that idea, honestly. But now we're talking about like portals and we're talking about being able to like
How big do you think his dick
move
is?
time. It's probably I would say it's probably pretty
Have
normal.
you seen gorillas? They got some weak ass fucking units
Do they?
down there.
I've
Yeah.
never actually searched and
Pornhub,
saw
just
it,
type
yeah.
in Mandingo gorilla
are there Mandingo gorillas or
Yeah.
is it okay?
in search bar. Just type it up real quick.
Yeah. We'll have a link, guys, in the description of Mandingo gorillas. That's really the topic of today's podcast, right?
Sponsored by KY Jelly.
That's right. Because you're going to need it.
Yep, you gonna need it. Fact number 5. It's possible that Bigfoot. So this is a fact, but they start out their fact with it's possible. Hey, it's not too factual if that's how you're gonna start it off. It's possible that the Bigfoot bury their dead. How would you know that? Just because you found it buried in the ground, just like fossils? So we thinking T-Rexes bury their own dead too?
I think I know a little bit about this fact.
Okay, hit me.
So some of the a lot of skeptics will say, where are the bones? Every animal that has a skeletal frame, when it dies, it leaves behind, a skeleton. And there has not been a single skeleton found for this animal. And that would be sort of proof positive that Bigfoot exists. So what the Bigfoot guys who are just riding this train, making up excuses for everything just to try to make Bigfoot seem real in their mind, is that they bury their dead. And so they're, an intelligent species, just like us, who have these ceremonial death things, like Bigfoot funerals.
King Sierras.
Yeah, whenever a Bigfoot. I've actually heard another thing. This is like an old Native American legend, but I don't know how they found this out. It's just tall tales all over the place, but really interesting. The initiation ceremony for a Bigfoot, like becoming a man, sort of like a quinceañera of sorts, was to tap someone on the shoulder and run away.
Oh, this is the Bigfoot initiation?
This is like the Bigfoot
Become
initiation.
a man Bigfoot?
Yeah, so you had to tap someone on the shoulder or like touch the hunter or whatever, the Native American hunter with the bow, and then run away. And like that, I forget where I saw it, but apparently that's they're right away.
Ridiculous.
Put it on the list. That's a fact. That's fact number 8.
That's ridiculous.
Isn't that insane?
Fact number 7. The last fact is gonna knock your absolute cock in the dirt.
Let's hear it.
That's fact 7. Fact number 6. Bigfoot communicates through tree knocks. Are you ever in the forest and you hear knock knock? You hear that.
Yeah.
On 7, Bigfoot uses a chupacabra to hunt down its prey, just as humans use dogs.
That is awesome.
That's
Really.
bullshit. But let's get back to that tree knocking. I do a lot of like elk hunting out in the woods, out in Eastern Oregon. Like we go out like 7-8 hours away.
Wow.
And there's nothing more eerie than, because we'll leave the campsite 4 a.m., still dark outside.
Yeah.
And we'll drive up way in the mountain.
That stillness.
We'll get out and we're hiking either up or down and essentially either back to the road and we'll get picked up. But if not, sometimes you hike 5+ miles in a day just hunting and you'll walk back to camp. I remember one time I never got picked up, so I had a long ass walk back to camp.
What kind of pickup we're talking? Is it like a shuttle service?
Oh, yeah, dude. It's a Zamboni.
Zamboni.
Because sometimes
shuttle service.
there's a lot of snow out there, so it kind of clears way for the walls, scares all the motherfuckers away.
Beautiful.
But there's nothing creepier than when the sun's going down, you're walking through the forest,
Yeah.
you're under the tree canopy, and it's light outside, but it's so dark in the trees.
Yeah.
And it's eerie, man. I remember walking alone through the woods ever since 15 years old. And
That's
when you're like 15, 16, but even now, when you're in the woods alone, you're hearing all these noises, tree branches breaking, you're on high alert. You're almost at fight or flight mode already at that
For
instant.
sure, yeah.
Because wolf, coyote, bear, something charges at
Cougar.
you're boom,
Yeah.
you're in. And that happened to me, but a coyote ran in front of me and was actually running towards me. We took him behind the shed.
You took him behind
We took him
the
behind the
shed?
shed. He was running at me. He was 100 yards out, but he's running right towards me.
Okay.
So
So you took him behind the shed? What
Took him
did you
behind the
do to him
shed.
behind the shed?
well,
found out if it was
I gave him
or her?
some rat poisoning, Winfield. I just let him. I was like, "Here you go, doggy." Right out of my hand. Try to
Damn.
Try to show him some obedience. No, I had to blast him. I was scared,
really
dude. I was
sad.
16 years old.
Yeah.
Freaking coyote running at me. I was alone.
Smaller, you're on the smaller side?
Discretion advised. When he was coming, I shot him about 40 yards away from me, but he was V-lining right towards me, and I got him in the stomach. So like it opened up his stomach, and his intestines were out, and I walked up to him, and he was growling at me, but at the same time he was eating his own intestines.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like savage, dude. Coyotes are savages. I hate coyotes. But yeah, we put him out of his mystery. I didn't just leave him like that.
Doesn't realize the or doesn't have the same I've noticed that we sort of obviously we take pity on those kind of animals, but
yeah. I mean, at that point I was just scared.
Yeah.
So
you had that fight.
Yeah.
Not the flight. And then you took this is after or before you took him behind the shed?
Well, there was no shed.
Okay.
I took him behind a big old Douglas fir.
Just left him there.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
I know. Sorry.
You had to you had to do what you got to do.
16, dude. I didn't know my dad was already at camp. I was still 3 miles from camp. It was getting dark. I was trying to get to.
I can totally imagine.
But
that's crazy that a coyote tried to rush you because they don't normally. Do that.
16. How big was I? Probably like 5'7". Still smaller. It's a big coyote.
You ever heard of a coy wolf?
Coy wolf? No.
They're big. They're a mixed sort of an interbreed between.
I've seen a wolf in Canada, in Alberta. They're massive. On the
Wolves
side
are
of the
big,
road?
yeah.
Ooh, would not want to run out.
So this is
run
a
into those guys.
coyote and a wolf got it on. Bow chicka wow wow.
Oh,
And
coy wolf.
Coy wolf.
Makes sense now.
Yeah. And they're pretty prevalent. I saw one in South Lake Tahoe just at like 4 a.m. after getting back from the casinos. They're pretty big.
Dude, I see coyotes in Jervis, Woodburn, my town, right outside because there's all that farmland and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think I'm missing my cats.
Yeah, there's probably.
But
The Chihuahuas, though, I'm glad that they're cutting down.
yeah, Chihuahuas
on the
suck.
Chihuahua
Dick. You get a Chihuahua, shame
population.
on you.
We have a Chihuahua here in the house. I think,
Overall, what's that original Bigfoot video that we were talking about before this?
so that is the Patterson Gimlin Bigfoot video. And that has been argued over, which is kind of crazy. It's been argued over for
That's like the go-to footage
7
that
years.
everyone look at it, bro. Look at
which is crazy. And so when you watch the video, I think there's actually recently like a 4K video released. Someone upgraded the quality somehow with some, crazy video editing skills and made it more detailed. So I haven't watched that one, but I saw that browsing through Reddit in research for this for our conspiracy corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's really interesting is that the video, and I've watched it a couple times, and it's really interesting if you look at it. People claim that the video of that Patterson Gimlin footage shows the Bigfoot to have breasts. And there's some other things if you go really down like the rabbit hole.
You a 10.
But
a 10.
You can actually see the breasts. So it's impressive, and it's sort of in this uncanny valley where you can get lost in it. Like just
would you suck on Bigfoot's titty?
Absolutely. Oh God. That would probably be the most expensive.
If it kidnapped
milk.
you and thought it was that you were its baby, and it was picking you up to suck on that titty,
there have been
you sucking on that titty.
There
bro.
have been reports of people doing of not doing that exactly, but being taken
when they were on acid.
No, just out camping, getting lost, and they wake up and
sounds like they were on a whole lot of fentanyl.
Yeah, this is before fentanyl. This famous guy called Osman.
Motherfucker,
Steve
I don't
Osman.
think anyone got kidnapped by.
No, this happened.
Oh yeah.
So I think his name is Steve Osman, and this is like in the 50s.
Steve Autism, because that's what it sounds like right now.
Which is German for East Man.
Oh,
yeah,
makes sense now.
Yeah. So he was kidnapped. He was, he's a trapper, I think, or a hunter trapper.
What year is this?
This is like 50s, 60s,
1500s.
maybe early 60s. What's that?
1500s, maybe.
There are reports, but
It goes back 3,000 years, asshole.
Exactly. That's fact number 1. But
that was fact number 2, Dick. Dude,
oh shit,
talking shit to me.
I'm not an expert on this. I'm not, but I do have a very big interest in.
He came in here in a Bigfoot suit, and he's telling us he doesn't have any.
Did it not fool you guys?
I thought that you weren't showing up, and then you unzipped the face, and I was like, "Oh, so I'm not actually interviewing Bigfoot today."
Yeah.
It's kind of a dick move.
Let's take a look at this video.
This is the main
This is
one.
the Patterson Gimlin footage. Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're watching the Patterson film on this. It's the original. If you guys don't know what the Patterson film is, it's the original Bigfoot suit. But they have a new the guy.
I can already tell how you feel about
it. Okay, let me run that back since you guys already since I left a little cliffhanger over there for you. It's a air quotes Bigfoot walking through the woods. But some guy with our new badass modern technology, he got it slowed it down to was that like 1060 FPS,
Well,
4K.
this is a big step because
I've watched this video so many times, like the
everyone
old school
has,
ones. Yeah.
but the quality's been degraded over time, and every time you make a copy of it, it makes it worse. But essentially, what this is a 4K version of the original footage. So he's been using digital technology to restore it, so to speak. So that's what we're watching. So it's not the original, but it's been clarified, edited, slowed down, and I know that sounds like it's every other video ever of this video, but this time it's a pretty high quality.
But yeah, when it's walking and they slows it down in this video, he turns his face, and the face gets more blurry than it was prior to them turning the face.
You think so?
I have a lot of problems with this video. One, guys, I used to be a Bigfoot dick rider. I don't believe in Bigfoot at all.
Was it like
anymore.
30 minutes ago, or
like recently, a couple weeks
behind the shed?
If Bigfoot was real, so this video, mind you, this video came out in like the 80s, right? It's an old ass video, 80s.
This is
the original video
before that. I think it's like 60s.
Yeah, way old. So how close was this person recording? Also, do you know how good animals' scent is compared to humans? Like deer, they get big. Their scent is like 10 to 50 times way better than humans. They can smell us in the breeze. So that's why we don't get close to them. If this video is from, can we look up the Bigfoot Patterson film date it first came out? So I was looking that up. I'll just keep talking about this.
Type in Bluff Creek.
It was that Bluff Creek. No, but it's just
Bluff Creek, California.
Okay, if this was in the 60s or 70s, our video recording, not good. So how close were you to this person or Bigfoot? They say it's Bigfoot. I think it's a person in a suit.
Yeah.
How close were you there? Oh, yeah, they look back and then they just do nothing. Like to keep that mythical beast alive. When you go back to the concept of animal scent, most of animal senses blow human senses out of the water. So
but look,
this person wouldn't even get close to being able to record this. Look at we just chilling, just walking out of Dairy Queen right now. Just had a banana split.
Yeah, you raise a good point. And
is that this?
But I'd ask you to compare. Like, okay, so this is pretty close in terms of all the animals on the planet, right? This is one of the closest animals, if it were a real animal, to us.
Yeah.
Do we have a great sense of smell compared to animals?
Absolutely not.
No, we have terrible senses of smell.
Terrible.
So what's to say that Bigfoot also has terrible, like not that great sense of smell?
1967 is when this video shot. Yeah, fuck out of here with your recording. Like, dude, 4K or not 4K.
Well, so this is film.
You also got to think how close is. So if you want to compare Bigfoot's sense of smell to say mine and your sense of smell,
okay,
we grew up like. Our adaptation to our environment is vastly different than Bigfoot because he grew up in this forest. He's in the forest, always smells this fucking pine, oak, deer ass, bear ass. When he smells this foreign McDonald's Big Mac smelling motherfucking rocking through the forest.
Yeah.
You wouldn't let him get a peep at him like that. Like this Bigfoot looking like it's on a walk of shame right now. Just got done sucking off some other Bigfoot dog.
Okay, all right.
Now it's walking out. Forgot to put its clothes back on.
For those of you guys watching the video, It's got a mad case of diaper butt. It looks
Mad
like
gaze. It walks like a human, dude. It's got a little pimp walk to it, a little pimp limp to it.
yeah, but there's been videos trying to debunk this and just actual real professors of anatomy. There's this guy Jeffrey Meldrum. He's like a professor of what is it? Just basically a foot doctor,
Podiatrist.
something like that. But essentially what it is he studies.
I've seen the footprints.
primate
They
feet.
get them out. Yeah.
And he says there's a lot of fakes and whatnot. But he's built a collection of what he thinks is actually possible to have been a Bigfoot footprint. But this is sort of like the holy grail for the Bigfoot believers. But there's some interesting features in this one. So you'll notice there are breasts on this animal. Do you notice
the thought process between the breasts on this Bigfoot suit was it was a guy. He was like, oh, can't get a guy one. We got to get a girl one so people wouldn't think that a guy. So people would think that, a girl or one is small. They would say men are smaller than a Bigfoot. So they're like, since it's the size. Say if this guy was a big guy that's in this suit.
Okay.
They'd be like, the female species of the Bigfoot is marginally smaller than that of a male Bigfoot.
Fact number 8, right? Yeah. It's a good question. There have been people that have come forward from this footage and said that they were the man in the suit or the person in the suit, but none of it's been verified. A lot of this stuff is just as mysterious as Bigfoot itself. Just people saying things and not being able to back it up, and people saying things and then it's like my word versus your word. So I think one of the guys who filmed this, so it's Robert Patterson.
Yeah.
And Bob Gimlin, I think, are the two names. And I think Gimlin died early, like in the 80s.
Yeah.
But he, sometimes people will have like a deathbed confession and say, oh yeah, remember that Bigfoot video? So Bob Gimlin would insist on his experience being valid until the day he died. So there was no deathbed confession. There was nothing like that where he, was like, well, actually, it was faked. Him dying.
That's what he said.
No, he did not. He remained very staunch that it was authentic and that wasn't anybody in a suit. And what they did was...
you lying right before you died?
Yeah. And it gets thicker, too, because Robert Pattinson was
How much morphine was he on when he was talking?
I don't know. It's just such an interesting story. And I think this footage kind of ruins it for a lot of people because it's sort of
There's just
crux. You go one way
holes,
or another.
There's some holes in the story.
Right. But this either entrances you or it just makes Bigfoot seem like completely unimaginably stupid.
No, man.
And I don't like that because I think it's really cool to believe in something that could potentially be true. And not necessarily just base it off of one piece of footage from 67.
And to piggyback on what you're saying right now, as in it's fun to believe in stuff.
Yes.
And that's what I wanted to add to it. But people, it is like you get online, you start becoming fascinated with something. So you're looking into it and slowly but surely you're kind of convincing yourself. That's what it is, because you want it. You want it to be real. So you kind of like keep doing the research and you're like,
right.
You watch more and more videos. You create a biased opinion because you're only looking at
right. Stuff within your
Bigfoot
bubble
reading
that
your
supports...
fucking mind facts.
Yeah.
So it's fun. Just do all the research. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. Do your thing. If you like squatch hunting, go squatch hunting. You ain't finding none.
It's a great way to get outside.
So all in all, belief factor, Bigfoot is real, yes or no?
Damn. I want to believe.
Bigfoot is real, yes or no?
That's a tough one. Can I say that what we think of Bigfoot was real at one time.
Oh no, bro! Just give me a yes or no. I want the listeners to be like, this motherfucker.
I don't know. I want to believe, but
if you say yes, I'd be like, we'll leave it at that. I'm hard no.
I don't know.
But I got off.
Hard no.
But you know what? Every time I drive, because we're from the Pacific Northwest, guys, so we have hella forests around us. Every time we're driving, I'm like, that's where people think that Bigfoot is.
Yep.
I would just point to the top of a hill because it's so heavily wooded. Hey, man, if you like Bigfoot, if that's your hobby and you like watching Bigfoot erotica on Pornhub, do your damn thing, man. Ain't nobody stopping you.
But yeah, stay tuned for us getting out in the wild.
For our
and
next,
doing some,
yeah. Dude, we
on
can
the
do real
ground stuff.
squatch hunting. We'd have to be doing that soon though, because probably not this year. Summer's wrapping up, and I will not be in the forest in the wintertime unless it's elk hunting. But Daddy didn't get any elk tags this year, so
Well, I got Bigfoot tags,
it's unfortunate. Do we want to get a squad? We could do like a weekend of
that
squatching.
would be amazing.
We could get a few people.
It'd probably just devolve into like a night of drinking and yelling out into the woods.
And this, you want to do it September? What's that holiday weekend in September? Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, sure.
We could go up in Molalla.
Oh,
You want to go camping at like Crooked Finger, way up?
let's do it.
I'm like legit gonna.
I
have
think
to
the
bring,
closer to
I'm gonna have
Mount
to bring
Hood-
real guns though, because like
Yeah,
I don't like going to the woods or like on road trips without
protection.
Yeah, dude. Like we were like camping this time around. You just don't know. Like I have some friends who went on some sketchy ass camping trips where people pulled up with guns or
that
people
is
got
pretty
beat up,
sketchy.
like-
Yeah. But this time that we went camping out in Eastern Oregon, and we went up to we basically just bouldered up this big old mountain, and we had a moisten a gat. Do you know what that? It's like the old
I don't
Russian
know,
rifle
but you
used
had
in
me
World
at
War II.
moist.
Have you ever watched Enemy at the
A
Gates?
circumcision? Oh, Enemy at the Gates.
Enemy at the Gates.
I have watched.
That's
Enemy
the
at
gun
the
that they
Gates.
use. So moisten a gat. There's a bunch of them were built. Not a lot of them. Basically we bought like a World War II rifle from Cabela's, and we
I
get to the
love
top of this mountain.
Cabela's.
Yeah,
I know. I get.
it's a good
I wish I had
sponsor
like a $2 million gift card where I could only spend it all at Cabela's, because their shit is so expensive. All their shit is so expensive. I
Yeah.
just take mental notes, look for it on Amazon or eBay. But that store's just fun to go
We don't
do.
have any
Sorry
Cabela's
for
in
interrupting
Portland. No,
you,
no
buddy.
worries. But we went to the very top of this mountain, and we're looking down. We brought the gun up as well because we wanted to shoot a gun up.
You're
gun
shot again?
off the what's that?
You shot again?
Yeah, I have. That and an AR-15 and a a pistol. But that's the only gun that I shot.
I know AR-15s get a lot of heat out in the media. Those are badass freaking guns, man.
It was
Those are
fun to shoot. I gotta say something
Dude,
about
set up
shooting.
some targets. The best part is going up in the hills. Like it's one thing. Like you go to like a indoor target facility where you're shooting. like,
not a real target.
metal
Not
things.
like a.
like no, we'll go up like way up in the hills and we'll set up like we'll buy like targets and stuff. Set them up in the trees. Make games out of it.
Yeah.
Like, one thing. Like I grew up with guns and everything, hunting, safety courses, did all that.
Country living.
Country living, faux show. What I didn't do a lot of that I just recently began doing was skeet shooting.
Okay, pull.
Pull?
Right. Yep.
It's
Pigeons.
fun, man, with the pigeons. It's tough. If you want to do it one of these weekends, we can set up over at my cousin's house.
I would love
Would you
that.
be down?
Yeah,
Well, dude,
because
it's tough.
I've never shot a shotgun. I've always thought I've had a pretty good eye, pretty good aim. But just living in the city, you don't
Yeah.
get a lot of opportunities to shoot guns.
No, like that's like me and you just grew up two completely different
Completely
lives.
different places.
But yeah, it's freaking cool as hell, man.
Yeah.
Shotties.
Bigfoot's real.
Yeah, we know. We were waiting for you to admit. We were waiting for you to admit. I don't think
Yeah.
it's no. Next week we'll come back with we want to do DB Cooper.
I think that's a great Pacific Northwest legend that is still sort of, there are pieces kind of coming out to this day.
Yeah, like
Of,
there's been some. I know that there's
yeah.
been some deathbed confessions as well.
Interesting.
Chael Sonnen, do you know who that is?
No.
He's a retired UFC fighter. He lives in West Lynn.
No way.
He's going to be a Hall of Famer, UFC fighter.
Wow.
He was a club wrestling coach that would come and
Cool.
coach us every now and then.
And what's his relation to DB?
He said he knew him.
Really?
Well, yeah. I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna shoot him a message, see if we can get him on. Tell him tell his DB story, Cooper.
That'd be really cool.
We'll see. So, you know what? I'm gonna leave you guys a little, just a quote with just no substance, but I want to also relate to something about Bernie Sanders after this. But when we were, I forgot about to say this when we were talking about our quick politics.
I like that.
There was this chick who's a lawyer. She graduated from Pace College, but she also attended classes at Harvard.
Peace College?
Pace. Somewhere
Is that
over
Salsa
there.
College?
Yeah, probably. Oh, hey, they had some really good ass salsa. The hot one, not chunky. Chunky one sucks. But this chick is so NBC claims to be very progressive. I don't think that they're so progressive, because progressives are like the hardcore, like the hippies. The progressives are like the hardcore hippies.
You think it's hippies?
I think progressives more the hippies, more like they're
Free love?
more social. Yeah, I got nothing wrong with them. I listen. There's a Jimmy Dore. He's a comedian, but he has a political podcast.
You were mentioning him.
Hardcore lefty. I mean, I don't agree with everything he says, but I like him. I like how he just brings out the shit in everybody. But this chick, I can't remember her name, but they had her on NBC. And mind you, this girl who said these quotes gets paid to make these quotes when she comes on shows like this.
Okay.
They're asking her about Bernie Sanders, and she was like, no, I don't like Bernie Sanders. If you like him, that's on you. I just like equality. Everyone's fair. She was like, Bernie Sanders makes my skin crawl, and I don't even know why. And I don't think it's good for young kids to listen to Bernie Sanders. And
Okay.
I just have no explanation. And the anchor is like so irresponsible of the anchor to be like, all right, we'll leave it there. And they went to commercial break. And then I watched this montage of all the times that Bernie Sanders was stuck up for women's rights. And it was like a 5-minute montage video of just him talking about women's rights, women pay wage. And I didn't like Bernie Sanders, but I was like, how does NBC just demote Bernie like that? They allow this if you had an essay in school and they're like, describe Huck Finn in one paragraph or less, and you know who Huckleberry Finn is, right?
Yeah, white.
You describe Huck Finn, whitewash,
And he had his
racist.
He had his buddy. He
hey,
had his
Huck
buddy
Finn
on
was
the,
a racist
on the raft, and his name in the book is
we know
Jim.
Yeah. So it's like imagine if you said on your report, on your final, Huck Finn really made my skin crawl and I don't know why. Well, you would get an F. And this chick can go on NBC, say that exact same thing, and she gets paid to do it.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's why you just don't give out the media. I'm like, how do you allow people to describe shit like this with zero substance? Like, I'm not a Bernie Sanders supporter or anything, but I'm just like, I just see the honey dick, and like, you put this on your airwaves, you allow your audience to see this shit, and you're just berating another man because that's not the candidate that NBC is pushing. Like,
yeah, it's very.
There's no fair shakes, and that's why when I just get like disheartened about other people just like strictly sticking to their team, whether it's right or left.
Yeah, when they don't realize, or I think they do realize how big of a sway they have. You know.
Yeah, but
you can. They're basically making their channel a platform for who they want to push. Speaking of which, do you even know any of the candidates for the Democratic Party? Like, are there any standouts?
Standouts, I think I remember they were pushing Beto. His name was fucking Robert, man. It's Robert.
Robert Beto.
Beto is like a Mexican term for Berto. But I did Kamala Harris. AOC.
Kamala Harris.
No, AOC is not running.
They're not,
AOC doesn't have a chance. Elizabeth Warren. Cory Booker doesn't have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Joe Biden has no chance.
I feel bad for Joe Biden. He gives off like just like granddad vibes, and in this climate today,
I think he has Alzheimer's, and people are paying him to say whatever he's saying right now.
Maybe.
He's saying some ridiculous.
Who knows?
This fool said he was going to cure cancer. All right, Grandpa.
But he gives someone a back rub or something like that, and that's like sexual harassment.
God, I will say this though, if Joe Biden, and when I see polls that say this Democrat is leading the polls, if Joe Biden is really going to be the candidate that you guys trot out there to go against Trump, you guys are going to be pissed off for another 4 years. So, I mean, you guys need to do a more diligent job of finding a candidate that supports everything that could provide beneficial attributes to this country. Because if you're just trying to beat Trump, Trump's going to kick your ass, man. If all you're doing is thinking about Trump, he's already in your head. So, like, Trump out there living rent-free in all of these people's heads.
Mar-a-Lago for another 4 years, man.
That's on you guys, though. So, hey, you just
gotta find someone interesting.
Find someone for the next one, and don't find your own version of Trump. Find someone that's their own character that provides the knowledge and the charismatic attributes to beat out Trump. Like, this isn't.
I miss Barack.
Yeah. I was a fan of Barack. I thought Barack was a cool fucking dude.
Yeah, he was. I would have for sure
smoked some blunts and played some horse with Barack. But him as a president, I wasn't really a fan. So let's wrap this bitch up. Last topic of the day, boys and girls. Word of the day, formerly known as phrase of the week. No, not word of the day. Word of the week. Phrase of the week, because it's multiple. Usually it's multiple words.
There's not
so you
one
can't
word.
Do a word.
You,
I mean, I guess we could, but it's just we like have a better time doing the phrases because it's just way better.
Word of the week just sounds better.
All right, you freak party participants. Phrase of the week this week is dirty raccoon. Do you have any ideas what it is?
Okay. Well, we've been riding this sex move game quite hard.
You are correct on that aspect.
Okay, so this might get a little explicit, but what I think is happening is you insert your phallus into a partner's
phallus or feces.
Well, let me finish.
Okay, dude, my bad, bro.
Insert your phallus into someone's rectal cavity. You pull out, and then you dab your phallus onto the eyes of your participant. Is that pretty close?
Man, you're fucked up in the head, bro. That's very close. Yeah. This is what it is, boys and girls. Dirty raccoon. Act characterized by two individuals having doggy-style sex. Performer A starts to finger the performer B's ass, and using that same finger with all the shit on it, you proceed to draw circles around your partner's eyes. So the circles are completed, and once they're completed, your participant, B, the person receiving the doggy-style sex, looks like a raccoon. And once they look like a raccoon, you pull out, you run out the door, and you knock the garbage can over as you run. Okay, dirty raccoon.
I missed a few details, but that was pretty spot on. What my guess was. That's a good one.
We need. My favorite part of it was you run out, fuck that garbage can. You just throw the garbage can
I like
down.
that.
Yeah, bro. Back in the day, we used to. People would go like mailboxing or ding dong ditch and shit like that. We would like on garbage day the night before, we would pull up to like someone's garbage can, and the passenger of the car would just hold it.
Oh, we did this too. We did this too, especially in the West Hills.
We did it to someone, and we didn't know whose house it was, but I mean, it was someone that went to school with. Had no idea where they lived, but they're like, some assholes really fucking drove our garbage can a whole mile away from our house.
We used to do it. So the West Hills, they have hills. We used to do that. What we did was we started we'd get like a garbage can on top of the hill, and we'd be holding it out of the car, and at the top of the hill, we'd drive. and just let it go. So
An object in motion.
Object in
stays
motion, exactly. And these things would stay up until it hit the curb and then just boom.
Now that I get
Everywhere,
older, dude,
it's-
if I had some kids, I'd fuck them up.
I know. I'd probably beat myself up too.
Myself.
We used to do a bunch of just random shit, just run around neighborhoods in the West Hills. We used to do garaging. You ever heard of that?
You guys sneak into people's garages, take
Well,
shit.
the open ones, and it just and we just grabbed beer. But we got caught a couple times, and I can totally imagine the fear on people's faces as they basically thought someone was robbing them. But we were just
see some aggressive white males in their garage stealing their IPAs.
yeah.
We're just trying to get this unicorn piss, lady.
Looking back on it is but luckily we grew out of that, and the rest is history. So for anybody who's been garaged by me, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, allegedly. All right, bros, let's get the fuck out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as always, you're listening to the most natural podcast coming out of the Northwest. This Roadhouse here. Winnie D is checking out. If you guys could follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, LinkedIn.
What else we got? MySpace?
Oh, yeah, MySpace.
Don't forget, yeah.
we ain't on MySpace. And anywhere, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, pretty much anywhere that podcasts are available to be listened to, we're on there. Shoot us any topic advice, questions, relationship advice, anything that you guys like to hear. Anything about D.B. Cooper for our next episode that you guys would like us to expand on. And just
any Bigfoot stories too.
Yeah.
That would be really good.
Exactly. And the best Bigfoot stories, we'll highlight them on our Instagram. So just be sure to submit, donate. We will have our Cash App, and when we ask for donations, it's for new equipment and other stuff that goes
not going
towards our
someone's
podcast.
quinceañera.
Yeah, we're not going to the strip club on this, but maybe if you guys want to pay for a couple lap
maybe.
dances, Winnie D's wouldn't mind. So, all in all, you guys are the best listeners we got.
The fuckers.
We appreciate you guys listening.
Yeah.
You fuckers are amazing. You got anything else?
I got just thanks again for listening, guys. Yeah, if you guys do have any really interesting stories from the woods, anything that you guys got, please share with us. We'll be sure to highlight that in the next episode. Reach out to us on social media. We'll have all that stuff linked. But yeah, feel free to share all that. Make sure that other people listen, because you guys are the fucker army, I guess. And
Fuckers.
the fucker troopers.
One more thing. Go check out The Roadhouse. Ultra producer. Music producer.
Right, XO.
Podcast producer. XO Smith. Newest single, Solid Gold. That thing. You play that song in your truck with the top down, windows rolled down, 3 girls in there. Man, all of them gonna see your dick at least 3 times that night. Let's go. Woo. Solid Gold. Check them out on YouTube. YouTube, Spotify, everything. Everywhere you can get music, go check it out. You'll love it.
All right. Peace out, fuckers.